Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Hare Krishna. Happy Sankranti to all of you. In this post of Sravanam-Smaranam series, we will start covering KuntiStuti, selected shlokas of KuntiStuti. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there are 5 stutis. They are called Panchastutis. One is KuntiStuti, second one is Bhishma Stuti, third one is Dhruva Stuti, fourth one is Gajendra Stuti, and fifth one is Prahlada Stuti. So, in KuntiStuti, we get to know some very important philosophical aspects, as well as we get to see very simple and easy to remember shlokas, just depicting the way Kunti Devi was there. And KuntiStuti is so very important that ISKCON founder Acharya A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada has written a separate book on teachings of Queen Kunti. So today we will cover 2 shlokas from KuntiStuti, which basically glorify the Lord. So in all, if we summarize the KuntiStuti shlokas, we get some shlokas which very nicely and very simply and very sweetly describe the Lord. Basically, they glorify the Lord. We come to know the aspects of how we should pray to the Lord so that we can draw Lord towards us, and more importantly, how to face difficulties, because Kunti Devi herself has faced difficulties throughout her life. And then how do we express and implement the exclusive dependence on the Lord. So these are the aspects that are very dominantly revealed in the prayers of Kunti. So now let's chant the KuntiStuti, one of the important shlokas of KuntiStuti, which comes in Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 1, Canto 1, 8th chapter, 21st shloka. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, 8th chapter, 21st shloka.
Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Translation. Let me therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto the Lord, who has become the son of Vasudeva, the pleasure of Devaki, the boy of Nanda, and the other cowherd men of Vrindavana, and the enliver of the cows and the senses.
Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha.
The context of KuntiStuti is, after the Kurukshetra war was over, Pandavas get their kingdom and Yudhishthira Maharaj becomes the king and he starts ruling the kingdom. Then Krishna decides to leave Hastinapura and go to Dwarka. So, having heard the news that Krishna is leaving, has decided to leave Hastinapura, Pandavas become aggrieved, so does Srimati Kunti Devi. So Kunti Devi, along with Pandavas, approach the Lord and basically glorifies him and asks him to stay back in Hastinapura so that Krishna will always be there with them. So this is the context of Kunti's prayer. So again I repeat, they are very sweet, they are glorifying the Lord, and they are meant to evoke a sense of devotion to bring and keep the Lord with us. So you must have noticed when this shloka was recited, Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. This is one of those glorification shlokas that Kunti Devi read out. And we can easily see the simplicity of the shlokas compared to the previous shlokas that we have covered in Chatushloki Srimad Bhagavatam. So these shlokas are also known as kind of a shloka that one of my friends has very nicely once told me are the traffic light shlokas. They are so simple and at the same time but give a very nice description of the Lord, so we can get a very quick image, a mental map of the Lord's form in our mind by chanting the shloka, which does not take even more than 15 seconds. So whenever we stop our car at the traffic light, instead of thinking that and this, we can remember these kind of a shlokas and this kind of a mood that Kunti Devi was praying to Lord Shri Krishna. So we will now chant the shloka one more time and then go to the next shloka. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Let me therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto the Lord, who has become the son of Vasudeva, the pleasure of Devaki, the boy of Nanda and the other cowherd men of Vrindavan, and the enliver of the cows and the senses. So we will now move to the next shloka of KuntiStuti that comes in 1:8:22. Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 8th chapter, 22nd.
Namah Pankajanaphaya Namah Pankajamaline Namah Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangraye Namah Pankajanaphaya Namah Pankajamaline Namah Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangraye.
My respectful obeisances are unto you, O Lord, whose abdomen is marked with a depression like a lotus flower, who are always decorated with garlands, whose glance is as cool as lotus, and whose feet are engraved with lotuses. So this is how Srimati Kunti Devi starts her prayers by first glorifying the Lord, and then later on she moves on to some very deep philosophical points that she expresses her devotion through them. So basically important aspects covered in the KuntiStuti, which comes in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 8th chapter, verses 17 to 43. The one important aspect is there are simple shlokas glorifying the Lord, which we can all remember, we can all also teach our children to remember, and which gives a very nice description of the Lord and how to pray to the Lord so that we can draw Him towards us, and importantly how to face difficulties and how to express our exclusive dependence on the Lord. So next week we'll cover 2 shlokas which deal on how to deal with difficulties. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So before we conclude, we'll again chant the 2 shlokas. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रे। हरे कृष्ण।